The UK election is quickly approaching. Mark your calendar for May the 7th. The election is a really big deal here. Depending on which way the vote goes, it could trigger a series of events that could culminate in the UK leaving the European Union. And here's how. The current Prime Minister David Cameron is seeking re-election. If his Conservative Party ends up in government again, Mr Cameron has promised to hold a referendum by the end of 2017 where voters themselves can decide whether they want the UK to leave the EU. If the UK does break away, well, that in turn will cause major disruption for exporters, including automakers, pharmaceutical companies and even banks. Those exporters could face all sorts of administrative headaches and tariffs. Foreign companies may prefer to invest elsewhere in Europe to avoid these kind of hassles, and Wall Street banks could set up shop in other cities like Frankfurt, Paris, instead of London. So why would Britons want to leave? Well, they want the power to set their own rules for things like trade, immigration and also human rights. And they also don't like all of the bureaucracy that comes from the European Union. Some also complain that open borders with the European Union mean that people from all over the continent are coming in and taking British jobs. But even without those thorny issues of Europe, the election could still create uncertainty for businesses and investors. This is largely because no single party is expected to win an overall majority. And that could mean that days, if not weeks, of tough negotiations could follow to form a government. So mark those calendars. This vote could rock markets right around the world.